Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a book talk, my first little one in a while. I've got a big list of books that I want to go through and talk about, and it's going to take some time to get through, but I'm just picking out random books that I think that have really resonated with me, and I'm just going to talk about them. So this one that I've got is Deal with the Elf King, or A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova. It's a fantasy, very much inspired by Beauty and the Beast, and Hades and Persephone sort of story. So if you know about the whole Persephone was taken to hell by Hades, and she was kind of like kept in his castle, in his big home in hell, and she could only go back at certain times of the spring to to I think it was every 6 months was the specific. Um, and this story has very much of that sort of element within it, because there's the main character is supposed to be becoming the queen of the elves, and this dark, mysterious sort of king is the main character that she's supposed to marry, and yeah, but it's definitely got a Beauty and the Beast kind of type vibe within it as well, because obviously we know about the the way that he kept Belle in his palace, gave her the library and everything. In this story, she doesn't really, well, she gets the library, but she kind of also gets to explore the place when she goes. She's a healer when she was back home, and was unfortunately taken over with all this big world building, because otherwise there'd be like a war between the elves, the people of the elves, and the like humankind. So there's lots of world building going on as well. There's also a potential war of the Fae, and you've got these like Fae, like horned type creatures in it as well. But look at the cover. I got this book from online because I'd been working at Ingram, which is like a book distribution place, a part of, or a company of, Ingram Spark, which is the massive American company for self-publishing. But this was the book distribution. I was working there, and I was constantly seeing this coming through in the when I was posting books, and I just thought I'd check it out because the cover looked gorgeous. And I'd also seen loads about it on Facebook groups and writing groups and reading groups and things as well. So, and I also love the idea that it's like Hades and Persephone, Beauty and the Beast, that sort of thing. I absolutely loved it because I just love the the fantasy. I love anything that's got a bit of like a fairy tale or like a myth, like retelling type thing anyway. So I was absolutely drawn to this straight away, and I could not stop reading it. The main character is her name is Luella. She's really sassy, fierce. She knows how to tell him what she wants and what she doesn't want to get her own way. My dog is growling for no reason. He's probably seen something out the window. Yeah, so I just absolutely loved the world building in this and everything that's been going on as well. Unfortunately, she's a healer, and she's been forced to leave her station as a healer in her like city to go and be the elf queen, or the human queen as they call it, because the idea is that that's their way of linking their keeping their magic alive, because this elf queen is supposed to sit on the throne, and her energy, or her magic, powerful magic, is supposed to like fuel the land, and so they can have crops and food and things like that in their world, and that's why they need a human queen, and that's why Luella has been called over. And all she wants really is just to be a healer and have her own little happy life, looking after the people that she cares about. And she always says that they've paid for her education and everything, and she feels like she owes it to them to stay there. So her deal is to try to get back. And yeah, it's just really, really nicely done. I think the romance in this is really smoothly done as well, because it comes in quite gradually. Of course, Luella is so fiery and feisty that she will tell him straight away that she's not happy, but she develops friendships with the staff. She gets to go to the little greenhouse in the in his palace, and learns. She starts reading the diaries of the old human queens who have been there before her, because it's like an ancient tradition that they have to bring someone over every, I think it's every 100 years or something. And yeah, so she becomes friends with a lot of these people, and she goes through some like, there's been a there's been a couple of attacks with the Fae Kingdom, which is like their kind of rival enemy type thing, and yeah, so she slowly like starts to unravel him, because he's really cold and mysterious, as is the trope in YA, which is quite a big thing. As well as the whole Hades and Persephone, Beauty and the Beast, like this reminded me of Sarah J Maas. If you like Sarah J Maas, I'd check this out. It also reminded me of a book called Winter Song very much. I've forgotten the author's name, I'll try and find it. And it also, yeah, pretty much any kind of like book where they have to go to the palace. Definitely A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. But I think I prefer this to that, actually, and I'm a big fan of Sarah J Maas. But yeah, it's a really, really good read. If you love a romance, like a dark romance, if you love a world, a feisty character who knows what she wants, definitely give this one a try. And that cover is just gorgeous. Definitely pulled me in. But yeah, that's my book for today, guys. Go and check it out. And thank you for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.